Now here's a nice little walk we're going to go on. Starts from the hamlet, village, not quite sure what it is, of Elterwater. There's a car park over there that you can start from. And what we're going to do is we're going to follow the road for a little way up towards Grasmere, then turn left, go around the back of Chapel Stile, cross the Great Langdale Beck by Wainwright's Inn, come back along the bottom of the Slate Quarry and back towards Elterwater. There's the Great Langdale, Great Langdale Beck. But we're heading up that way, where that bus is coming from. So we've just come down there, or from down there, where you can see just beyond the bus, just make out the bridge, the other side of the road sign. And that's where we're going. And right in the middle of the screen, you might just be able to make out the road that we'll be walking up. Doesn't go up very far. And then we'll take a left towards Chapel Stile. So there we are, a little bit further along. Just down there. It's where the main road intersects with this road into the village. That road back there on the right. Just about see some cars parked on the side there. Heads back towards Ambleside, but it's up there that we're going. As I say, not very far up. I'm not that adventurous anymore. Well, for now anyway. Little look back the way we've came. Just walk past that car park, you can see at the bottom of the screen there. And the rooftops you can make out. Beginning of the village of Elterwater. This is Elterwater Common. And it's not very uncommon to see some sheep. That's where we're going. Just make out a car coming down towards us there. Just a little bit further up that road, and you can make out over to my right hand side as we go up towards the little junction. It'll take us either towards Chapel Stile or Grasmere, but you can make out the road that comes down from Ambleside across the common. So that's where we've come from. Another car coming up this way. Elterwater down there in the middle of the screen. And apart from the engine noise, when it's gone, one of the things I love about the Lake District, water is everywhere, and I love the sound of the water, even through its little tiny streams. Anyway, there we go. So here we are, we're at the top of that hill. This is the junction. So coming up from the hill, which is that away, we are indeed going to follow the road round to the left, even though you might think it's to the right. So the sign there says Dungeongill, that way Grasmere, up the hill behind me, Colwith and Coniston down to the left via the road to Coniston. Anyway, that's the way we're going. I promise I didn't say anything to upset them. Anyway, this is the road that heads round towards the back of Chapel Stile. A couple of more views coming up from this road shortly. No reason really, they were just there. I take it they don't really like being followed. I'll go past, shall I? There we go. Then to the left of the road, that's Lingmore Fell directly opposite. Just off the left verge You get your first view of Chapel Stile, the village. Might be able to make out on the right hand side there, the wall that we'll be walking to the right of that takes us into the village. And off into the distance there, centre screen, the Langdale Pikes. This is by no means the most spectacular walk in the Lake District, but if you've got 3/4 of an hour or so to burn, there's a couple of miles round, I suppose, but you get some fantastic views. And this little road is hardly used. I've seen a couple of people so far, no vehicles whatsoever. So it's well worth spending a bit of time exercising your legs and taking in some of the scenery. Hardly describe it as windy, but the breeze is getting up a little bit now, so you might hear that on the mic. But closer we get to the village, and the valley just opens up a little bit on this road. You can see the main part of the village in the middle of the screen. If you can hear some sort of industrial noise going on, then hidden up there on the edge of Lingmore Fell is a slate quarry, which now and again you can hear some blasting from as they mine the slate out the inside of the hillside. Langdale Valley carries on that way, just where those two hills come down and converge. Kind of swings round to the right, and that's the Great Langdale Valley. Not that you're ever very far from civilization in the Lake District, however, as soon as you see speed restrictions on road signs, you'll know you're right on top of it. This is Chapel Stile. I'll put a link to another video I did with some pictures from in and around Chapel Stile of particular interest. Might be the church. And here, oh, full start then. And here we go, heading into the village. Not sure how well this kind of walking and filming comes out. Shall we see? Who lives in a house like this? A little bit closer to the village now, but I mentioned the quarry a few minutes ago. Just see some of the workings on the side of the hill up there on the side of Lingmore Fell. We'll be walking back down towards Elterwater from the road that leads up to the quarry in a little while. And through the trees there is the church I mentioned. As I say, there'll be a bit of information about the church in the Chapel Stile video, which I'll re-link at the top of the screen right now. However, what we're going to do is go down the road a little bit further and take a left in towards the middle of the village. There we go. That's our left turn. Left down that short, steep bit of road, then left again. There we go. That way we go, straight across. It's a shame in some respects. So many of the cottages in the village are holiday rents. On the other hand, I'm up here on holiday, so I can't complain too much. So we're just about to go down and scare that sheep. So when we get to the bottom of that road, we've got the junction with the road that leads through to New Dungeon Gill and deeper into the Great Langdale Valley. We're not going to go right though. We're going to go left, but not on the bus. I mentioned this store on my Chapel Stile video. You'll find pretty much anything you want in there. Beer, wine, frozen food. There's a cafe upstairs. You even get cuddly toys and a rucksack. Heading back down that road now towards Elterwater. That's Wainwright's Inn. Good beer, good food. just at the end of the car park there, we're going to take a right, cross a bridge that goes over the Great Langdale Beck, and then we'll make our way back to Elterwater along the bottom edge of the quarry I spoke about just now. So that's the road, but we're going to follow this footpath now through the gate over the Great Langdale Beck. So here's the bridge. There's the beck, and we'll be following that for pretty much the rest of the time back towards Elterwater, but it might be quite a way below us and through the trees. That's Great Langdale Beck. Might be able to pick out some people over there. We're going to pass those, carry on the footpath back towards Elterwater. Yeah, bit of beck off to our left. That's the footpath we're following. That's some of the waste from the slate quarry. Is that where we're going? Not far to Elterwater. Now you can't see it, you might just be able to hear the beck off to my left hand side. We'll keep following the path. I do enjoy it out here, listening to the water. It's a very still day, even though it's overcast. Not too hot. And the rain's held off. Woohoo! As we make our way along that path, let's pick out the beck now and again running alongside. Bit of a steep incline at the moment. On that incline we'll join the quarry road that comes down into Elterwater, the village. I don't know which will prove to be noisier, the sound of the beck or some noisy kids coming down the path. Amazing, love the sound of water. So coming off to the right, from the right there is the road down from the top of the quarry. We're going to head down to Elterwater to the left there. So that little signpost hopefully gives you a bit of an insight as to where we are. It's all downhill now. That's it. We're out of the trees now. Roadway has levelled off. And we'll go around that corner, bear round to the left. And then we'll drop down. And we'll end up exactly where we started. You wait and see. Told you it'd go down. And our first glimpse of some of the buildings in the village of Elterwater. Follow the road round, then we'll take a left and we'll be back on that bridge that from which we took the opening shot. Before we do that though, hard to resist a shot down into the beck with the water crashing over the rocks. Love it. And coming down the road that takes you along to Colwith and eventually the road to Coniston. The background this way, you remember right at the beginning I mentioned the car park. There's the car park again. This is the bridge at Elterwater, and I'll put a link at the top to another video I did about Elterwater. You can find out about the bridge as well. And the beck. And who'd like to live here? Now from the other side of the bridge, the beck calms down, flattens out on its way to Elterwater, the lake, and ultimately down Skelwith Force. And if you're looking for somewhere for refreshment to start or end the walk, why not try the Britannia Inn? Without the traffic.